いやいいね。なんか今リプレイを見てんだけど、すごい綺麗に走れたマクラーレン。マクラーレン速いし乗りやすいし、ほんといい車だわ。かっこいいよね、何より。すごいクリーンなレースができたから、ちょっと今自己満足のリプレイを見てるんで。いやほんと綺麗だな、グラフィックってか何よりなんかライトのさ、光と影の表現がほんとすごいよね、スポーツ。ライトが本当に綺麗だよ。光のなんか奥行きっていうかさ、ほんとなんか実写だよね、表現が。確か突っ込みすぎたやつだな。ちょっとここ一回失敗したんだ。ここちょっと突っ込みすぎた。ブレーキング勝負しようと思ってるけど、ああこれ突っ込みすぎてね、これ。エンジンの音とかもすごいよね。6からの進化。本当にこんな感じだもんね、エンジンの音ね。ニルブルクリント24時間耐久レースとか見てると、車のなんか車内のカメラみたいなやつね、撮られた動画みたいなのがあってさ、シフトの音とかね、なんかこういうドゥンドゥンって感じ。とかもね、いやーかっけえな、マクラーレン。やっぱりこれもさっき今日のなんかギフトカーでもらったなんか車全然買わなくてもさ、1日のデイリーウォークアウトを達成していくとなんか車いっぱいもらえるからさ、全然なんか買わなくてもいいんだけどだからちょっとなんか1台くらい買おうかな、せっかくだし。後ろから迫ってた。俺が逃げてるこれなんだ、ゴルフかな、白服装。結構迫られてたんだね、後ろから。頑張って逃げてる俺。お前直線では結構引き離せるから。いやーでも結構差がそんなに縮まらないよ。あ、ここからもさらに来てるんだ、この時代。これはルノー。逃げてる。イエーイ、俺が1位。ちょっと車の説明欄とか読んでいこうかな、せっかくだし。ということで、なんかボーナスが待ってますって。ちょっと待ってね、ちょっと一回手洗ってこよう。 すいませんね、ちょっとお腹痛くてトイレも行ってきた。さてと、ちょっと車がね、新しくゲットした車とか、ガレージ、どうすかね、VM。まずすごいね、クレームできるってなんかここに書いてあるね。ボーナスを。いやーもうすごいなー。もうこれとか完全に実写にしか見えないな。なんだ何が溜まったこれかマイレージ溜まった。イェイ。今とりあえず1000で俺溜まったけど、次4万。すごいね、4万って。よし。いいね。マクラーレンとか新しく、マクラーレンってイギリスだよね。イギリス、これだ、マクラーレン。いいね。いいけど、俺マクラーレンどっちかといえば前のデザインの方が好きだったな。2つあんのかな。え、そうなの？マクラーレンって2010年なの？エスタブリッシュ。そんな最近なの？なんかもっと昔からなかった？独立したとかそういう感じ。もっとずっと昔からあるよね、マクラーレンって。あ、俺そうこれ。MP4、このマクラーレンが一番好きなんだよね、実。今持ってんのは、これか。これギフトカーでもらったやつ。あ、これビジョングランツーリスモか。このマクラーレンいいよね。このマクラーレン一番好きなんだよな。グランツーリスモ5ではお世話になったね、このマクラーレン確か。ずっとこればっか乗ってた気がする。まあこれは別にいいとして。スタジオとかにしてどういう感じなんだ？こういう感じなんだ。今持ってんの俺緑のやつか。読むか。It's sported an extremely light yet rigid carbon fiber. The proactive cross chassis control suspension is also based on
Ma chambre a la forme d'une cage. Le soleil passe son bras par la fenêtre.
いや、なんかすごいね、さっきからこの横に流れてるムービーみたいなものが。実写にしか見えないんだけど、完全に。すごいよね、ほんとね。これは実写かな、完全に。いや、でもこれも CG だよね。いや、もう実写にしか見えねえ。これ本当の車の、いや違うよね、CG だよね。すごすぎるんだけど、グランツーリスモ。いやー、すごいね。まあいいか。マクラーレンのビジョングランツーリスモチャンネルなんかあんの？お、なんかいろいろある。グランツーリスモとか。まあここら辺はまあ後で時間があるときでいいかな。 いやでもなんか意外とそんなに長くないの動画。ちょっとさかっと見てみる。グランツーリスモ。
Je ne veux pas travailler, non, je ne veux pas déjeuner. Je veux seulement oublier, et puis je fume.
McLaren Vision GT is a visceral experience. It puts you at the forefront of the vehicle. You really get the sensation of speed and the dynamic nature of what McLaren is.
We want to break new ground, we want to innovate. This car, this design really does do that. It really puts the driver and the game player at the centre of the action.
The Ultimate Vision GT was built on the hybrid powertrain. With that, we were able to push the boundaries of what that platform was able to achieve. The design process starts off with sketching through some concepts. We'll then transition that into digital renderings and the clay model that represents the initial concept of the vehicle.
Another really exciting tool we use is the Powerwall. So we're able to look at detailed design, proportions, front overhang to rear overhang.
We then begin to look at the volumes in 3D development, and that's where the VR came in. Being able to get within the cockpit, understand the driving position, the person using the car, as well as the design of it.
From the game player's point of view, the driving experience in this car will be like nothing else. The amazing glass cockpit, this sort of motorcycle driving position. So your head is very far forwards, almost right above the front axle.
It pushes the driver to really drive fast.
バットマンみたいな。
It allows you to get these great views through the car, through the suspension, through the wishbones. You can see exactly where the apex of the corners are, so you can really shave all those milliseconds off each lap.
As you come into a corner, the brakes glow, the suspension moves, the turbo noise and the popping noises of the exhaust that really make it a special experience.
バットモービルみたい
Every。surface is shrink wrapped. We use layers to guide the air both inside and outside the panels. The form is communicating exactly what the car's intentions are. For us, it's the ultimate expression of what our design pillars and principles are. It's not only the best car on the track, but it has to feel like it's the best car on the track. The carbon fibres, the titanium, we've been able to indulge and put them all into this car.
It was really exciting to work on a design with literally no limitations. So looking at the use of carbon, low drag paints within the interior materials, looking at grip, comfort, zoning, support for the driver. And we could really develop some new ideas that have never been thought of before.
The McLaren Ultimate Vision GT, it's a sensory overload, incredible sound, acceleration through the roof.
The sensation of speed, the forward visibility,
The way it looks, it's a stunning looking car.
the dynamic nature of the way a McLaren, and especially an Ultimate Series McLaren performs, is what separates it from any other vehicle in the game.
Heaven.
The Ultimate Vision GT is the ultimate in performance.
Well, who to drive? McLaren Sports is a family of sports car. A passion for performance and innovation, honed over 5 decades of success on a racetrack and the road, has led to us create a car that is both heart-stoppingly exciting and also very usable. っこよすぎるだろマクラーレン。本当マクラーレンは純粋な本当にピュアスポーツカーって感じがする。ボールウィズキャリブロック。あ、このマクラーレンね、マクラーレン F1。これは本当すごい伝説の車だよね。すごい臨場感。よくこんな場所をこんな速度で走れるね、この人たち。ほんとすごいよね、レーサーって。いや、怖すぎる。ルマン Legend F1 Driver returns to Silverstone Circuit and drives on first lap in his four-wheel drive F1 car. The car minutes Silverstone and also the location. Can he complete more flying lap of the circuit this time around than he did in the race? シルバーストーン俺6です結局最後までなんかうまく走れた記憶がない難しかったんだよねシルバーストーン結構
When I saw it, it was actually a really rather emotional feeling, but internally I had this warmth for it. I suddenly become very fond of it and just looking at it because at the time we didn't get much chance, you know, it was the Formula One Grand Prix, Silverstone, and of course I was driving for another manufacturer that year and then they pulled out of racing, so Bruce McLaren must have thought, hello, Derek Bell's lying around, why don't we use him? And he tested the car, I believe, at Goodwood on the Wednesday and then phoned me up that night and said, how about driving for us at the weekend? And of course I was thrilled to do that. Unfortunately, technology wasn't what it is today, and I'm sure today they could really make it work very well. The fact was, you know, coming to a corner with, let's say, you know, 65-35 braking, 65% on the front, and then you're downshifting, so you've got transmissions that are working at a different ratio, and the car's dancing around, made it really dance around, and it came into the corner, and we were lucky to even arrive going straight, to be honest. It never really worked. You know, to get in this gorgeous orange car along with Bruce and Denny with their orange cars that had done incredibly well and won world championships for them was pretty special. So, I was expecting great things because of what it was. You know, you drove it because you thought, well, if I could get to the end of the race, we'd be proving something. But sadly, it only lasted 6 laps or so before we had a problem with the suspension. Silverstone, of course, didn't have all these corners it has now. It had 6 or 7 corners very fast. I think it was like 145 mile an hour lap. So everybody was thinking of running without any wings at all, so no drag, but obviously just maximum top speed. And we all thought that with doing that without wings, the all-wheel drive would be an asset. In fact, it wasn't, and I came in and said, could I have something on the back, please? Can I have the wing off, one of the wings over there, Bruce? And Bruce said, no, Denny and I want those because our cars aren't stable either. So I had the shovel on the back. I mean, you think it took me around that track for 2 days practice qualifying and then the race, and then you see it all these years later. It's fantastic. To see all the effort that's gone into it, I think it's wonderful to see it actually going out to turn a wheel.
Well, this is an historic moment, certainly for me and probably for the guys that worked on this car all those years ago. Amazing when you think about it. 48 years later, I'm still sitting in bloody racing cars. Last time I drove was lap 6 in the British Grand Prix, Silverstone in '69, and here I am driving around having a look at this amazing track at the historic Silverstone circuit in a car, the four-wheel drive McLaren M9A. Seems to be running really rather well, I have to say. Shouldn't say that, should I?
シルバースタンコースの幅が広いからすごい難しいんだよね、走るのが。目いっぱい幅使って走らないとね、うまく走れない。コース幅。
Amazing. Think of all those years ago since we came down this straight. I was only in 4th gear now, but just giving it a try here. A long time since I drove a Cosworth engine car really in a Formula 1 chassis. Into the chicane, horrible bloody chicanes they put in everywhere to spoil your fun, but the car is still feeling quite good. Quite good. I'm not pushing it at all, as you can imagine, but just enjoying the ride.
To drive out in that car and suddenly realise where it had been for 48 years, where we've been for 48 years, and you realise, how much water's under the bridge, and also think about the people that aren't here anymore, that sort of thing. Amazing how it goes through your head. And there you are driving this beautiful car that was sort of a piece of art at the time, a technological sort of advancement which never really worked. To be honest, I wasn't going super fast because the engine is old and tired, and it was still sweet and crisp and wanted to go, and the car was really quite good. When I was starting, like on my second lap, I started to accelerate a bit more through the slower corners, and I could actually feel the front wheels chivvying to try and pull away from me like they would have done in period. It was a great achievement. We did 6 in the British Grand Prix and we managed 7 this afternoon, so I feel pretty pleased about that, and that's special. Something we aim for. I'm very pleased we did that. Because a lot of drivers, 48 years after they drove it, are not the least bit interested in driving a racing car, and probably I shouldn't be so stupid and naive to think that I can do it as well, but I do a lot of driving still all over the world, so why not, if you can, you're going to have a go at it. I'm not ready to sit in an armchair and put my feet up.
いやー、なんかちょっと感動だね。車のエンジンが年を取ってしまったし、私も年を取ってしまったみたいなことをなんか言ってるのを聞いて、すごいなんかちょっとうるっときた。マクラーレンとりあえずこれで、このね、ミュージアムとかないのかこれ。リレートシーンって何？マクラーレンはミュージアムとかってないのか。何これ、リレートシーンってどういうこと？ね、これマクラーレンのすごいね。世界がついているマクラーレンテクノロジーセンター。 The grounds feature elegantly curved main building that face out across the artificial lake, forming one giant circle also here. おしゃれだね、ほんとね。いや、おしゃれだね、なんかすごい作りが。ここに追加されたの。これが1個追加されてるのかなんか。Long ways to ground breaking。すごいね、なんか。ほんとなんかヨーロッパのセンスって感じだわ、こういうの。おしゃれだね。なるほど。まあ、これでマクラーレンとりあえず1個じゃん。あ、見たっけ ?BM 確か読んだんだ。BM、なんかいっぱい、あ KTM とかも追加されて。KTM ってオーストリアなんだ。初めて知った。へえ。知らなかった。BM、ミュージアムとかまあ、これ後で時間があるときでいいかな。チャンネルとか全部見たんだよね、もうね。ちょっと一回止めるか、じゃあ。